This is the third time I'm recording this video because every time I'm trying to record, I just spiral into depressive talk and how horrible this earth is, because it is, and we need to talk about it, but I think these topics are too depressive to just share on YouTube. But I think we need to understand that here in the Western world, we're so self-centered that a lot of times we forget how much worse people and animals have it on other parts of this world. And I think we are privileged enough to kind of ignore the fact that it is only because of them that we're able to live such lives. It is because we exploit them, these living beings, to the point that they basically get nothing in return for their work, that we are able to live these luxurious lives. I don't blame the working class, because usually people might do that. And I understand, because you get angry when you understand the conditions that this world is in and the suffering that we bring onto living beings every second of this time. You do get angry eventually. You get sick of everyone just trying to live a normal life. You don't want to hold conversations any longer. You don't want to just go out, drink coffee. No, you don't want to meet up and have a good time. No to all of these things. How can we just enjoy life while all of these beings are suffering? While people are murdered, animals are slaughtered, genocides are happening, and many of the genocides from history are being practically erased because they're not Western centered. And then you're expected to live this life where you just go to work and you work 9 to 5 or a little bit longer probably, because there's not even enough money coming in. So you have a stable life, you live paycheck to paycheck, and there's really nothing else you can think about except for your survival, and maybe you have a family and that family's survival. I wake up and I think the only reason I'm actually able to wake up and live a emotionally decent life is because I take antidepressants. Else I'd probably be closed up somewhere. I don't know. The only reason I'm able to sit here is because I went through months and months of therapy, of years and years of antidepressants, of psychological help, and distancing from all those things that are happening on this earth. Just being ignorant about it, basically. I'm not even trying to sugarcoat this. Being ignorant is actually what you need to keep your mental health stable. It's just, ignorance is bliss is actually real. Like, it's actually a thing. It's not just, oh my god, ignorance is bliss, right? No. Ignorance is bliss. The less you know of this world, the better your health is. I'm 100%. Because knowing about everything, waking up every day knowing that every second I was asleep, every second I will be awake, every second I will go back to sleep, and sleep in my mattress, in my cozy, tidy, safe home. I know there's someone suffering horrendous pains, dying a cruel death. So you want me to continue a normal life like it's nothing? These medications are barely holding my shit together, because I'm going crazy knowing I will never be able to do anything to help these people and these animals, because I don't have the capacity and the resources and the money, especially the money, because that is what is everything about, right? I don't have the money to help anyone, because right now what I earn is barely enough to hold me afloat. And knowing that only me is able to profit from the things that I earn, and everyone just has to continue suffering, and I cannot change anyone's lives as of now, it's just, it hurts me so bad. And I don't have the right to feel hurt because I live a good life and they do not. As of now, I'm not able to help anyone, but maybe if I just worked a little harder and did more and had been more creative, maybe I could have saved lives by now. And knowing that I'm 28 and there hasn't been a soul I saved yet, while there's so much suffering going on out there, I feel so ashamed. I live here and I can just, without any worries, I don't have to care about bombs. I don't have to care about anyone murdering me. I don't have to think about being exploited until I die. I don't have to think of hunger and thirst and of any kind of sickness because I'm able to go to a doctor. And yet I haven't turned these privileges into advantages yet for anyone else. And I know, don't come at me with, yes, you also had a difficult life though. Yes, I did. But I still have these privileges all the time. Yes, maybe they're not as good as other people's privileges. I get that. I get there's different kinds. I get that not everyone is on the same step and some people just have more than others. I get that. But I live in Europe and I haven't done anything yet, you're telling me? Maybe I could have saved an animal, like one of these beagles in these experimental labs where they just put chemicals on their body to see how it reacts. Maybe I could have saved one of those. But I didn't yet. And that burden I will keep with me until I'm able to save as many as I can. And I don't have the right to say this, but I already feel so tired. This world is just full of grief and pain. You grieve every day for the lives you couldn't save and the ones who still suffer. And the ones who will once suffer. Because there's just so many. They're calling for help and no one is coming. Okay, I'm better now. I think maybe I'm a bit too harsh on myself because I didn't decide to be here and live this life the way I did. But these privileges have to be good for something, for someone else who doesn't have them, at least, right? I feel like else, if they're only used on me, it's just such a waste. Because so many people who don't have them could profit off of them. So many animals. But my privileges are left helping no one just because I don't have enough money. And it bothers me a lot. And I wish I could change something. But as of now, I cannot. And time passes and I know I will not be able to help the people and animals suffering right now in the present. And I don't know if I already said that, but I will also not be able to help them in the near future. I will eventually be able to help those in the further future, if that is the correct English, but time is just passing so fast and I feel so small wanting to help all those beings. And I feel like I was put into this body that doesn't have any energy and no capacity to anything, while my brain is just shouting at me to help everyone as much as I can. Yet I sit in this body and this body wakes up without energy, goes to sleep without energy, and then continues this cycle every day. And I'm just left grieving for all these beings that I'll never be able to save. And you might say this is not your responsibility. But yes, it is. It totally is. It is everyone's responsibility that has privileges. And we in Europe, we have privileges. The people in America have them. It's our responsibility to help those we profit from. And if that means shrinking our privileges to make them have a better life, that should be fine with us. That should be totally okay with us. And I think we all should work on saving a life directly or indirectly by our consumption, by what we consume, by what we buy, what we wear, what we decide to surround ourselves with. And then eventually we should take actual action from indirectly to directly to eventually be able to actually save actual lives, not just indirectly. I think that's really important. And I think that's enough for today. Thank you for watching this video. If you want to change something about your life, but you don't know where to start, definitely watch Dominion, because it made me vegan. Because I think everyone should have watched it. I cried for 2 hours. It is 2 hours long, but it made me never go back to meat. Never. Not one day after watching this, I ever went back to eating meat. If you want to make a change, inform yourselves and use your resources to make this world a better place. Because I think only with money are you really able to change something. Because money is really ruling this world. And I think we should understand that we took advantage of the people and animals we exploited from our whole lives. And I think it is time to give them something back, because we just took way too much already. Thank you so much for taking the time to listen, for coming this far. I hope you liked this video, even though it was way too dark, but this world is dark, so I don't know, I think we have to talk more about it. It might hurt us, but others are hurting much more. So I think we shouldn't hide ourselves from this conversation. Again, thank you. I hope you have a good rest of the day, a good morning, a good night, good evening, wherever you are. Stay happy and stay safe. Thank you.